Hey everyone,
Hi.
we're the Skeltons. Well, obviously, most of you guys know us, but we are giving our very first video update, and we're so excited. You can expect these updates on a monthly basis from us as we are journeying toward replanting, but also as we're going to enter into a replant. We'll cover in some future videos what replanting is, but here's what you can expect from these videos. One, we're going to give you some very specific ways to pray for us and to perhaps support us in this season. We're going to tell some stories and talk about what's going on, what God's been doing in our lives over the past month. And I'm also going to answer some frequently asked questions that many of you have about replanting. So please do, if you have questions, leave a comment on this video or send an email response back if there's something you'd like us to address. But as far as our update for this month, I am having a significant conversation this week with the director of the Longs Peak Association and the Southern Baptist Convention about replanting opportunities up there. We're in process with a church that's in Nashville that I've been candidating with. We're also really hoping that, and we're beginning to network with other pastors here in Denver, because that's where we're praying God would place us to be here long haul, to be able to replant a church. But Grace will get to that in our prayer requests. So there's been kind of a whirlwind. Some weeks feels like there's nothing happening, and then just this last week, God put some pretty significant and a lot of opportunities there. And that brings us into the first frequently asked question that many of you have asked is, why replanting? What's the need? And I think briefly saying that in the American church, largely speaking, has been shrinking pretty significantly ever since the 1950s, in a way that many are very unaware. Since 1950, the American church has shrunk by over 33%. Every year, Tom Rainer estimates about 8,000 to 10,000 churches that will close their doors, many of whom nobody will really know about. They're a non-entity in their neighborhood. They'll go in silence. But yeah, 8,000 to 10,000 churches, about 17 churches a week that are at risk of closing their doors. I think just in the denomination I'm a part of currently, the SBC. And many have asked, are these churches, well, they're surely just in rural communities that are already dying. Well, no, actually, 75% of these churches are in fast-growing communities, in major cities and large suburbs. And as these communities grow, unfortunately, these churches disappear, and cities are no longer making space for churches in their plans for the future, as we have a culture that's growing increasingly skeptical and even oppositional to the gospel and to the church. But there's a significant need, and there's just a significant opportunity to be in a church planted in the backyard of those who need to hear the gospel, who are moving there perhaps to escape from the church, but God hasn't given up on them, God hasn't forsaken them. But nonetheless, there is a significant need. But I'll pass it off to Grace, who can share perhaps just 3 quick ways that you can be praying for us in this current season.
So the first big prayer request we have is just for work for us. For Evan particularly, we have 2 kids. We have a 3rd one coming in a few months, and we just need financial provision for our family. We just need God to provide our immediate material needs. And so if you guys would just be praying that Evan would find jobs, or one job that would free him up to continue to do the work of replanting while still providing for our family. That's a big need that we have. Additionally, we really need partners. We need prayer partners. We need a team of people behind us that are excited about what we're doing, excited to see what God is going to do with us and through us. And yeah, we need people behind us praying. And we also need financial investors. We can't do this on our own, and we need people behind us. We need a team behind us financially and in prayer, doing this for us and with us. And also, we need prayer for a match for a church. We haven't been matched with a church yet that needs to be replanted. We're really praying that God would keep us here in Denver. We love this city. The city has really become our home and our heart, and we are praying that God would keep us here. And so our prayer is that a church would come up in this city for us to be part of the work of replanting.
That's great. Thanks, sweetheart. So I guess in summary, we are just I close. we're so grateful for you. We could not do this without you. You mean so much to our family. And your prayers are not meaningless. In fact, they're some of the most important work that you can do is just right now, after you finish this video, pray for us for 2 to 5 minutes to half an hour, pleading with God to save people through the work of replanting, that he would rescue one of these outposts of the gospel, these churches that are closing their doors. Many have said that the United States is the third largest mission field right now, and but we're not in despair or scared. We're excited to see God show off. We know the gospel is the power to save, and by being committed to it and the person and work of Jesus Christ, we're just excited to see what God does as a family, and we cannot do this without you. So one of the most significant ways that you can help us is by spreading the word. Do you know somebody right now who's on your mind who would like to hear about replanting or be interested in helping support our family in this next season? One of the most important ways you can help us, in addition to prayer, is to give us their contact, or perhaps mention us to them, so that we can continue to grow this team. Again, we're so grateful for you. We are excited to give you our next update. Have a great day, and let us know how we can be praying for you as fellow partners of the gospel. Thanks.
Bye.
You are the resurrector. You conquered the grave.
We need in this journey is partners. We need prayer partners. We need sorry, our kids are crying. We need prayer partners. We need financial. Okay, sorry.